I've actually done some sewing since the last time I filmed a video for YouTube, so let's find out what I've made. In my previous video, which is up here, I was going to have a weekend to myself because my husband was at a beer festival for the weekend and I was going to do some sewing, and I showed you a couple of projects that I wanted to try and stitch. So let's go through which projects I did finally finish, and I'll show you the finished garment. So one of the garments that I wanted to finish was the Greer skirt. Now the Greer is a pattern from Seamwork. It's actually a dress, but if you're a Seamwork member, you have access to the member bonus, which is a skirt pattern. As you can see from the pattern flats here, the skirt is a beautiful trumpet shape. It's really fitted around the waist and flares out towards the hem. And here is the finished garment. I made it in a kind of a royal blue scuba crepe with very large flowers on it, as you can see. It is very long. I'll put a picture of me wearing it up here somewhere so you can see it. I've styled the skirt with a white style arc Diana top, similar to the one that I'm wearing, but the white one has a round neck. And I've also styled it with a ready-to-wear white denim jacket and a pair of white Converse, of course. So this is my skirt. It's very, very simple. It is a midi. It's almost down to my ankles, and I have taken off quite a lot of length from the pattern because I'm only 5'2". So you'll hear me saying that a lot. I have to shorten patterns all the time. So the skirt consists of a front piece, which is cut on the fold, and then two back pieces. And as you can probably see here, there's a back seam as well. Now, I didn't know whether the back seam was going to be, or it was needed or not, but the back seam for my size, I did a curvy size 16, and it has a curve to it, and it actually gives a really nice curve where your bottom or your derriere is. So yeah, that was really very needed in the completed garments. As you can see here, I've got an elasticated waistband that's overlocked or serged onto the main piece, and then it's flicked downwards, as you can see. And then I finished off my waistband with a wobble stitch zigzag. So it's a very narrow, very small zigzag, and I've got lots of ping in that, lots of stretchiness in the waistband. So let's go the right way around again. There we go. There we are, one finished Greer skirt. We were on holiday last week and I wore my Greer skirt again with my white style arc Diana top and the white denim jacket, and I wore it to go out to dinner on our last night of our holiday, and I felt really lovely in it. So yeah, that's my first Seamwork pattern that I've made, certainly for this membership and for the whole of my membership period, I think, and I will certainly be making that again. Another part finished project that I wanted to complete was the Saskia cardigan from Style Arc, and as you can see, it's all made up. I'm really, really pleased with this garment. I have got some photographs of me wearing it. Again, I'll pop up a photo in one of the corners here. I made this in a navy cotton lycra fabric. It's from Tea Night Fabrics. It's kind of a light navy, as you can see. I do put my labels into everything that I make, just so that I know which is the back and the front. And of course, when I started to put my labels in, I put them into everything now. So those labels go into everything. It's got a nice set-in sleeve, as you can see. It's got a round neck. There you go. And it's just very simple cardigan. One thing I did do with this cardigan is I put poppers on the front rather than adding buttons, and the reason I did that is that I wanted a clean finish to the cardigan. So I wanted something more like a shop bought cardigan than a hand knit one. So I did actually use poppers. Putting the poppers on wasn't without its difficulties. I'd actually forgotten how to put poppers onto a garment or an item. I had done it previously. I've got one of those little squeezy tools that you squeeze the poppers on with. But the first thing I did, obviously you have to decide where your poppers are going to be. So I got all my right hand side poppers, the ones you can see on the top, on the cardigan quite happily. However, with the top underside popper, this one here, I made a mistake. The first thing I did, obviously putting those on, was I put, these round kind of circles are both the underside and the top side of the popper. So I put this on the top of the cardigan and put the popper side underneath. And of course, there was no way it was going to pop together. So I had to remove that top popper, and there is a tiny little kind of, you can actually see if you look really close, there is a mark left. What I had to do was get a pair of nail scissors underneath the popper itself, underneath this part, which was on the top, and cut the stem of the popper off. I did get it off eventually. I thought I was going to ruin the cardigan, and I'm really pleased with the cardigan. So I was a bit kind of, oh no, what am I going to do? But it did work out in the end. If I just pop this up again, you'll see that it's a really, really nice classic cardigan. So yeah, that's my second item finished a couple of weekends. I did make a third garment. I didn't make it on my sewing weekend, but I finished all my orders off on the beginning of the week. So not this week, the week before. And we were going on holiday on Wednesday morning. So I got all my orders completed, posted, and then I spent a couple of hours over the weekend, and then on Tuesday morning and then afternoon, I finished off these trousers. They're the Parker Ponte pants from Stylark. Now, I am a little bit late to the Parker Ponte party, if you like. I've made these up in a camouflage ponte. This was from Pound Fabrics. It's really nice, thick ponte. It doesn't have a huge amount of stretch, but it's got just enough stretch for the pattern, and the pants fit really, really nicely. So what I did, I put 2 pockets on the back, as you can see. In fact, the lovely Carol from So Carol, her channel is on YouTube, suggested that I put 2 pockets on. So that's what I did, and I'm glad she recommended that, because I feel better with 2 pockets. So yeah, again, it's an elasticated waist, as you can see, which is obviously overlocked on there. I did have to shorten the pants, obviously, so they're a nice length, and I didn't put the cuffs on the bottom. I've just got a straight seam there. Yeah, I actually wore them with a pair of black Converse high tops to travel to our holiday destination. Wasn't too hot because we had the air conditioning on in the car, so they were a nice comfortable pair of trousers. So yeah, I will definitely be making these again, probably in my neutral colours for autumn. I have put a photo of me wearing these up here so you can see. So yeah, I mean, they were straight size 16, by the way, so they fit absolutely beautifully. No problems with making those at all, and I made them up really quite quickly. So what are my plans for the coming week? Well, if you know me at all and you've watched my channel before, I don't really plan what I'm going to do in the following week, because usually It doesn't happen. However, I had a beautiful delivery this morning, and it's a delivery from Night Fabrics again, and I've had 3 meters of this gorgeous lemon cotton lycra jersey again. I think it's a bit difficult to see because the light is bouncing off the fabric, but it's a really lovely lemon. If I put it over my shoulder, you might be able to see a bit better. Now, you might think, because I'm a bright winter, that lemon really isn't one of my colours. However, it is. If I wear it with navy, I've got my navy cardigan here and I'll show you. If I wear it with navy, it really does complement my colouring. And I wear a lemon ready-to-wear vest top with my side split coastal skirt, which is navy polka. So if I show you my colour swatches, wrong way, colour swatches, you can see that I do have a lemon in there. Now this lemon is ever so slightly deeper, has more chroma than this lemon fabric, but is very close. You see there? So I've bought this fabric because I want to make some more Diana tops like the one I'm wearing and the round neck one that I wore with my skirt on holiday, and I think that'll look really lovely with all the navy kind of bottoms that I have, and of course will match beautifully with my navy cardigan. And I've also bought a 3 meter length of cotton lycra fabric in emerald. So again, this is maybe a little bit more yellow that I'm accustomed to, but with it being the summer, I can actually get away with that. And again, this is in my colour wallet, which is this one here, the greens. If I take that out, this is the second green on the colour swatch, as you can see here. So, looking at that one, can you see it? So again, what I'd like to make is a cardigan in this, and also a couple of Diana tops like this one, or maybe even a cami top. So that will be going into the laundry this weekend as well. And of course I have fabric number 2 from my Fabric Wheel of Fate to make up. I know what I'm going to make up with that. The fabric is already pre-washed, so all I have to do is cut the garment out. I can't tell you what it is because it's a secret, and then stitch it. Shouldn't be too long to stitch either. So that is what I've got planned for this weekend. I'm certainly going to wash my 2 new pieces of fabric, and I'm going to cut out the white Airtex there, Airtex fabric, and make that up. So that's what I have planned this weekend. Let me know what you have planned for the next week in the comments below. Until I see you next time, happy sewing, bye.